Hello, chismosas y chismosos, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime, where I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. I'm Audrey, a paralegal turned stay-at-home mom who loves true crime. The cases I cover are wild, topics may be triggering, viewer and listener discretion is very strongly advised. The people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. With all that being said, grab your hot Cheetos and let's get started on today's case. Ocean Beach in San Francisco, California is considered one of the deadliest places to swim. Like most beaches, it is a popular hookup spot. It is also a beautiful hiking spot that I love to go to. The Doodler is a serial killer who targeted gay men in San Francisco between January of 1974 and September of 1975. On January 26th of 1974, the Doodler unalived his first known victim, Gerald Kavanagh, at Ocean Beach. When Gerald's body was found dead there on January 27th of 1974, the media brushed it off as a gay lover's tale gone wrong. A tale of two lovers sneaking away to do the nasty. On January 27th of 1974 at 1:25 a.m., someone who refused to give their name or contact information to the San Francisco Police Department called in saying that they had just come across a dead body on Ocean Beach. The man was later identified as Gerald Earl Kavanagh. It was hard to identify him because he was a closeted gay man and his name was misspelled in the press. It almost feels wrong talking about him because, like I said, he was in the closet, but his story needs to be shared because there are real life cucuys and lloronas out there that target their prey based on their sexual orientation. An example, of course, is the Doodler. Another example is the San Francisco Police Department themselves, who in the 70s, 80s, and still today target the LGBTQ plus community. Gerald had been stabbed 16 times. Authorities were unable to pinpoint exactly where Gerald met his real-life monster, but as this true crime legend has it, it was most likely at a bar or restaurant in the Castro on the evening of January 26th of 1974, the night before he was found. As the Doodler legend further has it, he would pick up his victims at said bars and restaurants, but not before drawing a sketch of his victims and presenting it to them as an icebreaker. The Doodler noticed 49-year-old Gerald's blue eyes, thinning gray hair, the scar on his forehead, and went to work like Leonardo DiCaprio in the Titanic when he drew Rose Dawson. And can we all collectively agree that there was enough room on the door she was floating on? I mean, at least they could have taken turns. It didn't have to turn out that way. I'm still obviously deeply affected by this, but I digress. The Doodler was described as a 29-year-old gay man living his best life, picking up men in the Castro in the 70s before unaliving them. As if the social and systematic injustice isn't enough for the LGBTQ plus community, they have to face real monsters like the Doodler. Like, what a fucking horror story. The Doodler killed at least 4 men, all Caucasian, all stabbed to death in desolate areas in San Francisco, all in the 1970s. According to Katie Zalesnock's book, The San Francisco Doodler Murders, she argues that the murders should have and could have been possibly solved back then. She writes, and I quote, "The relationship between the gay community and the police was marked by suspicious tension. B cops had turned their title into a pun and often harassed men in the Castro. One division of the SFPD came to develop a particularly strained dynamic with LGBTQ plus citizens, the homicide unit," unquote. On June 25th of 1974, the Doodler killed his second known victim, 27-year-old Joseph Stevens. His unalived body was found by Spreckles Lake in Golden Gate Park. He was featured on Drag magazine, and they reflected upon how the community loved him as a person and a performer. He had blue eyes, long brown hair, stood about 5 feet 10 inches tall, and was about 145 pounds. When he left home on the night of June 24th of 1974, he had no way of knowing it would be his last dance. The Doodler was part of the crowd, and as usual, he drew the drag queen and used his work as part of his way of picking up his victims. The duo went on a romantic walk towards Spreckles Lake at Golden Gate Park. As Jay's car was found parked nearby, investigators believed he might have driven his killer to the area. Because there were no defense wounds on Jay's hands, investigators believed he was literally stabbed in the back while being turned away, unsuspecting of his killer. The toxicology report indicated that he had only consumed one drink on that night. It was about 5 a.m. and Jay's car was seen in my hometown of Hayward, California, which is a good 45 minutes to an hour drive from where Jay was murdered. Witnesses reported seeing a man driving Jay's car. They described the man as a white man with blonde shoulder-length hair. An Alameda County Sheriff deputy tried pulling him over, but instead was led on a high-speed chase. The driver lost control and drove into a house. In 2022, the Hayward Police Department released a statement saying that any records of that car chase incident or subsequent arrests have been lost or destroyed. The San Francisco Police Department did include the report of the Hayward chase in their report. In their records. Mary Melissa Stevens remembers her brother Jay as her best friend. They grew up in Concord, California, and she shared that the fondest memories of her brother, who insisted she call him Carolyn when they played Barbies, were when they would perform in front of friends, families, and neighbors in their basement.